What is up, YouTube? Today I'm coming back at you with another DVD and Blu-ray pickups video. Now, I know I haven't made one of these in a while. The main reason for that being is I had some car troubles and it cost quite a bit of money to fix those, so I've just been recuperating my savings and not really buying anything else for myself until I kind of recuperated that cost. And so it took a little bit, but and I did pick up like one or two things here and there, but not enough to warrant an entire monthly pickups video like I was doing. So that's why you haven't seen any of these from me. But I finally accumulated enough to warrant a full-on pickups video, and I didn't want to do a half-hearted one with only like one or two things. So I have quite a number of things here. I've got 7 DVDs and 3 Blu-rays. So I got a lot of DVDs, just because they were cheap and there weren't things I necessarily needed to have on Blu-ray. But I did get, I have a boutique thing here. I've got a lot of catalog stuff, mostly catalog items, but yeah, so I got a lot of cool things here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, yeah, give me a like, because hopefully, when you're gone from YouTube for this long, not having views for that amount of time will make this video not go out very far unless I get likes. So I don't really ask for that on pretty much any of my videos, but it would be helpful this time around. Alright, so first things first, let's go through the DVDs first. And these first 2 DVDs are actually not something that I purchased myself. My fiance actually purchased these for our collection. And my fiance does love physical movies and stuff, but she doesn't buy them nearly as often as I do. And she kind of focuses on like one aspect of our collection. I normally buy a lot of the varied backlog stuff, like, a lot of the darker, more serious movies are things that I ended up picking up. She really likes to pick up like lighter stuff, like Disney. We have so many of the Disney movies because she buys a lot of those. I'm not a huge fan of Disney. She loves Disney, and we have a ton of Disney stuff. So yeah, these are both Disney titles, and they're actually one of them is actually something I've been interested in. So the first thing that she picked up, and she picked these up used. First one she had is the Black Cauldron. Now this is one I've been really interested in getting. I've watched this once, and it was forever ago, and it was when I was really young, and I don't remember anything about it except for that little dog is about the only thing I remember from this movie. And yeah, that's pretty much all I remember, but this is one we needed. We've been trying to get all of the animated classic Disney movies because it really seems like Disney is focusing a lot more on streaming, and if I had to guess, they're probably going to be the first one to pull out of physical media altogether, if any of the companies do. So we wanted to get all the Disney stuff possible. We have a majority of them, and this is one that we needed that is one of the more lesser known animated ones. And this one is kind of up my alley. I like the darker Disney stuff. Yeah, so it does have a couple special features on the back too, because this is an older DVD release. I think this one came out in just doesn't have the copyright date on the back. But I know this is one of the earlier DVD releases because it has the Gold Collection, which I don't think they do anymore. Now they have the Diamond Collection and the Signature Collection are their 2 lines that they do. But yeah, this it's pretty cool. It has one of these chapter cards. I love having chapter cards in there, but it does have some special features. It's got Quest for the Black Cauldron, a destination game, so it's got one of those interactive DVD games, which is cool. I don't have a lot of those. I think off the top of my head, I know Shrek 2 has a couple of those. We have Trick or Treat cartoon starring Donald Duck, which is really cool because I love Donald Duck, and I think that'll be cool to watch. And it's got a still frame gallery, which is alright, I guess. And I guess it also has a PC trivia game if you put this in a PC, so that's kind of cool. It got some really cool special features there. Alright, and the last thing that my fiance picked up was one that I have seen because she insisted that I watch it with her. I'm not a huge fan of this movie, I didn't really like it. She loves this movie though, and it was one she watched growing up. So, and this one is actually brand new, still sealed. It's an early DVD release too, and that is The Princess Diaries. So she picked this one up. She loves this movie. It's got Anne Hathaway in it, and it's an interesting movie. It has a ton of special features on the back, or I think it does. So I'll read those off. It's got a new princess behind-the-scenes featurette, 8 deleted scenes, including a commentary, the Ultimate Tea Party, audio commentary with Julie Andrews and Anne Hathaway, which is really cool. It's got an audio commentary with the director, a music video, actually 2 music videos, and then that's it. So it says in the back here that this is a full screen release, but you know, this is one she picked up. I'm sure she's fine with that. But yeah, so she picked up Black Cauldron apparently for $4.99 because she left the price tags on there. And it looks like she got Princess Diaries brand new, still sealed, for $2.99. And this is an earlier Disney release. Doesn't have the... Disney has a really bad habit of not putting the press date of these DVDs. But those are all the things that she picked up, and now we'll move on to the stuff that I actually picked up myself. So, first things first, I picked up another Marvel movie to try to build up my Marvel collection. Still working on it, little piece by little piece here. And the first thing I got is Captain Marvel on DVD. I picked this up on DVD because it was on sale for like $6 or $7, and Marvel stuff is really hard to get at that price, and I'm not too concerned about it. This wasn't my favorite Marvel movie. I still liked it. It was a good movie, but it wasn't my favorite one. I think it was kind of an average one. Very formulaic, but I do like the Captain Marvel power. She's really, really cool in terms of a concept. I just think the movie overall wasn't that interesting. But there's no special features on this, so that's kind of the biggest downside to this. Yeah, Captain Marvel, pretty cool. Her super suit is amazing, by the way. I love the Captain Marvel super suit. It's really, really cool. All right, the next one that I picked up here is a blind buy. I picked this up from the $5 bargain bin, and I picked this one up because I saw some trailers for it, and I just it just looked like a comedy. It looks like sort of like a comedy buddy cop movie. It's got Ryan Reynolds in it and Samuel L. Jackson, so I had to pick that up. That's a great cast. Apparently Gary Oldman is also in it. I don't see any pictures of... Oh yeah, there's a picture on the back of him. But I picked up the Hitman's Bodyguard. Haven't seen this yet. This was a blind buy for $5. I figured this is a no-brainer. I mean, with a cast like that, and it's a buddy cop comedy movie. I love those. So, you know, figured I'd give this one a shot. And it does have some special features on this. It's got a big action and a big world featurette and a director's commentary. So, pretty cool. Hitman's Bodyguard. Happy to get that, and hopefully that's a good movie. Alright, the next one is a movie compilation, and it is our first horror movie, I think. Yeah, our first horror movie that we got here. It's a compilation. I picked this up from the $5 bargain bin because Walmart's putting out their horror stuff now. And so this is one that I didn't have any of them in. I've seen the first 2. I haven't seen the latest one, but I picked up the Ring 3 movie DVD set. Yeah, I've seen The Ring and The Ring 2. It's been a long time since I've seen The Ring 2. I've only seen that maybe once. I've seen The Ring a couple times, so I remember that one better. But I haven't seen Rings. So I was a really big fan of the original Ring. It was a really good, creepy, paranormal movie. I'm a big fan of those style movies. And for $5 for 3 horror movies, can't beat that. They're all on their own individual disc, which is great. I love that because that means you get special features, and I love special features. So for The Ring, the only special feature on the DVD is Don't Watch This, which I think if it's the same as the old DVD that I watched when the movie first came out, I think it's just the tape that they play. I think it's just that. And then The Ring 2 has a bunch of special features on here. You get Walter Parks introduces Rings. You get just a featurette called Rings. You get the Face of Fear, the cast, Fear on Film, special effects, Samara from Eye to Icon, Power of the Symbols, HBO First Look, the making of The Ring 2, so it's like a mini documentary, which is really cool. You have some deleted scenes and production notes, so that's a lot of really cool stuff on The Ring 2. It also appears that The Ring 2 is the unrated version, which is cool. And then Rings doesn't have any special features, so pretty cool. Happy to get this set. It'll be a nice addition to the collection, my horror collection, which I like to add to in the October spooky season, which was fast approaching. And yeah, I haven't seen the third one, so that'll be a nice addition to check out. All right, the next thing I picked up is another collection that was in the bargain bin for $5 as well, and I picked up the Atomic Blonde and Lucy 2 movie pack. So these are completely unrelated movies, but for $5 for 2 movies, I figured why not? I like action movies, so I know I've heard about both of these movies. I've heard a lot about Lucy, and I know it's very polarizing. Atomic Blonde, I've only heard good things about, but I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. Yeah, I love action movies, and I figured these are 2 that I had heard about and wanted to watch, and just never got around to it. For $5 for both of them, can't beat that. And they are both on their own individual disc, which means special features. So Lucy has only one special feature on here, and that is called Cerebral Capacity, The True Science of Lucy. And then Atomic Blonde has a bunch of stuff. It's got deleted and extended scenes. It's got a featurette called Welcome to Berlin. It's got one called Blondes Have More Gun. It's got a special feature called Spy Master. It's got an anatomy of a fight scene, which I believe I have heard in another DVD that I picked up. So very similar, I'm assuming. It's got the story in motion with optional commentary by the director, so it's just a director's commentary. And then it's got a commentary with the director and the editor. So a couple commentaries on there, and some deleted scenes and some extra goodies. So pretty cool. I'm probably more excited to check out Atomic Blonde than Lucy, but I definitely want to watch both of those. And those are both blind buys for me. And the last DVD that I have is one that I actually really have been looking at getting, and I never really got around to it. I wanted to get this on Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray seems to be quite hard to acquire, brand new, and it's much more expensive. I think it was like 20 bucks still for the Blu-ray for this. And it's a smaller studio film. It's by Anchor Bay. It's Solomon Kane. Now, I originally watched this on one of the streaming apps, and I really enjoyed it and wanted to get this on DVD or Blu-ray. It's a sort of medieval horror style movie, and it's sort of if you've seen Night of the Witch with Nicolas Cage, it's very similar in style to that, but I think it's done better. Not quite as good as like Black Death, which is also a similar concept. I think Black Death is probably a bit better than this, but it kind of sits somewhere in between those, leaning a little bit more towards Black Death. It's a pretty good movie, and acting is really good, and it's a very good cinematography is probably its biggest strength. Apparently it is created by the creator of the Conan movies, so that's really cool. It explains why I like this so much. But it has some special features on the back here as well. It's got a feature commentary with the writer-director, and then it's got, I think also the actor is on that commentary as well. And then it's got a featurette called Making of Solomon Kane. It's got some deleted scenes, some special effects behind the scenes. It's got an interview with the writer-director, an interview with the main actor, and an original concept art. So pretty cool that you get some interviews on here. You don't always see interviews, and straight up interviews can be really fun to watch. So really cool to have that. And I believe I paid $7 for this from Amazon. Unfortunately though, the case was squished by the mail. So that's kind of sucks. It's also one of these eco cases, so it's really flimsy. Probably gonna case swap this since this is so broken. You can see on the top here it's all broken. But no big deal because it's just a plain DVD. It's really easy to get replacement cases. I'll probably swap that at some point. But yeah, let's move on to the Blu-rays. So the first Blu-ray I have here is a blind buy, and it is also a boutique label. And it's by my favorite boutique label. I absolutely love this label. Their slip covers look super clean, super nice. Pretty much everything I've watched from them has been really enjoyable to me personally. And so I'm a big fan of this label, and they're really good value. So I picked up Sunbound: The Vampire Retreat by Vestron Video, and really, really cool. It also came with a digital copy, which I don't know if they're starting that with this series, because they all the other releases from them that I've gotten have not had digital copies, so that was a really nice addition. But this is a horror comedy movie about vampires, and it's about a vampire trying to atone for his past transgressions over the millennia that he's been alive. I haven't actually watched it yet, but it sounds really good. It's got Bruce Campbell in it, and Vestron has been really hitting it out of the park, and it was only $12 brand new, so you can't really beat that. And since it is a boutique label from Vestron, let's go through all of the vast amount of special features that they include. So it has an audio commentary with the director and the director of photography. It's got isolated score selections and audio interviews with a music historian and a producer from the movie. It's got interviews. It's got an interview with the director, an interview with the special effects makeup artist, an interview with Bruce Campbell himself, which is awesome, an interview with, I believe, the main actor, David Carradine, and it's also got an interview with actor Emmett Walsh, who I do not know who that is. And then it also comes with a theatrical trailer and a still gallery. So really, really cool. I absolutely love their slipcovers. Really clean design. This is release number 21 from Vestron Video. Absolutely awesome release. I love vampire movies, so I had to pick that up. And it's a Vestron release, so that's a big win. Alright, the next movie I picked up is a brand new release. I paid full price for this one as well, and I absolutely love the case for this movie. It's one of the reasons why I picked up day one, but I picked up Marvel Studios' Black Widow in its cool red case. So if you want to get this on Blu-ray and get the red case, I believe it's only going to be the first pressing of this movie, like all of their other limited edition cases. But I prefer getting a colored case over a steelbook any day. I used to prefer the steelbooks, and I have a lot of them now, but the steelbooks get damaged way more easily than the plastic cases, and the uniformity of the plastic cases is also really nice, and I'm not worried about them getting scratched or anything. But the red case looks sweet on this, and I have seen this. I saw it in theaters when it came out, and I'm a big fan of this movie. It was really good. It wasn't the best Marvel movie, but it was one of the better ones, especially recently. It is a region-free Blu-ray, which is cool, and it does have some special features. It has deleted scenes, a gag reel, a featurette called Sister's Gonna Work It Out. It's got a featurette called Go Big If You're Gonna Go Home, and then it's got a filmmaker introduction, and then it just says "and more." So I hate when they do the "and more" thing, because I don't know what's fully on here. But really cool addition. I absolutely love this. I would love to see more of the Red Guardian. He was probably one of my favorite things about this movie. Also, her sister, which is, I cannot remember her name. Really excited to see more from her. But yeah, Black Widow, really fun movie. I also could not redeem this digital code, so if anybody wants this digital code, I'm about to give you a free digital code. There you go. If it'll focus. There you go. If you want to redeem that, I couldn't redeem it. I had troubles. I don't know why it wasn't redeeming. You can go ahead. Let me know in the comments if you were the one to get it, just so I know. And yeah, it was a really good movie. And the last movie I picked up was a blind buy, but I have watched it now. And this was a little disappointing. So I picked up the Blu-ray of Wayne's World. Now, I love spoof movies, and I love comedy movies. I love 80s comedy movies, so I don't want you to think that I just hate 80s movies, and I don't like 80s comedy movies. Like, I love Fast Times at Ridgemont High is really great. Ferris Bueller's, well, that's a 90s movie, Ferris Bueller. I think Ferris Bueller was a 90s movie. Now I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's an early 90s movie. But I love 80s comedy movies. Adventures in Babysitting, absolutely great comedy movie. And so I was really excited to get this because, you know, I'm a big fan of Michael Myers. He's really, really good comedian. And I had seen one scene from this movie, and it made me buy this. And I'm glad I didn't, because I almost bought both Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2 at the same time on Blu-ray, but I decided not to. I decided to get Solomon Kane instead. And I'm glad I did, because honestly, the one scene that I saw was the only standout scene in this entire movie. It was the only scene that made me chuckle. The rest was just sort of like, oh yeah, mildly amusing. And I don't want to rag on it too much because I know there's big fans of this movie, but I just thought it was really underwhelming, overhyped, and just okay at best. So I wasn't a big fan of it, and I'm probably not going to get the sequel. But it does have some special features on here. It's got a commentary by the director. It's got Wayne's World Extreme Close-Up, which is interesting. And then it also has a theatrical trailer in HD. So that's everything that I picked up. Like I said, wasn't a huge fan of Wayne's World, but, you know, it is a classic, I guess. And I know there's a lot of fans of it. But that's what you get for buying a $5 blind buy. Yeah, here's all the Blu-rays that I got. And let me grab all the DVDs here real quick. And here is all of the DVDs added to the collection. So, quite a number of cool things in here. One disappointing thing and a lot of blind buys, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comment box below. Have you seen these movies? What do you think of these movies? Do you have any recommendations for me? I always am happy to check out recommendations from you guys. I try to respond to every comment as quickly as I can. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this movie. I hope you guys enjoyed this movie. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. And also, I have one last thing. So if you watched to the very end, you're awesome. And let me know in the comment box below if you watched to the end, and I'll give you a nice little heart on your comment. But I have a question. Would you guys be interested in me doing movie reviews of movies that have come out recently in theaters? Because I do go to the theaters almost at least once a month. And or just backlog titles. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that, because I've been toying around with the idea, but it's going to require a lot of editing, and I don't want to put in the effort if no one's going to really be interested in it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment box below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.